What's good, y'all? Welcome to Ready to Tape. And today we're going to be talking about just a couple of things, but I hope everybody's morning is starting off right. We're just going to get this thing warmed up, man. I know it's a little bit later, a little bit behind schedule as usual for this Good Morning Nation. But look, man, we got Chargers week this week. It's going to be week one. Let me go ahead and get a thumbs up. Make sure y'all can hear me, see me clearly. Because I know the last couple of times I've been having some technical difficulties. You feel me? So let me get that thumbs up. Make sure that mic is good. Let me pull this mic in a little bit closer. I'm trying to see what y'all thinking about this week, though, man. This is the first week of Raiders football. And look, let me tell you, man, we got the damn Chargers, y'all. We got the damn Chargers. The NFL knew what they was doing. Look, the NFL knew what they was doing when they had this week one matchup. Jesse in the building. What's good with you, man? JT, appreciate you pulling up on us. Herman Munster, the Wake and Bake master himself. I see Eminem in the building with the thumbs up. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Glad y'all able to make it. Look, I know it is Labor Day, so I want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day, whatever that means to you. But I still had to pull up out here, man. I still had to pull up and do the live because, you know, I want to stay true to form. I want to stay true to the program. Every Monday morning is Good Morning Nation, and I love to do it. So I still had to pull up and do the damn thing, man. Shout out to everybody else in the chat. Norm in the building says, great time. Appreciate you, brother. Tyler Raider in the building. All love and respect. You know what it is, man. I hope everybody's starting the morning well because although I know it is a holiday, it might be a little bit slower of a live, but we might have them tried and true subscribers pull up in here today. If you guys aren't working, let me know. If you guys don't have school, don't have work, you know what I mean? You might even take the gym off because it's a holiday, get to barbecuing early, whatever it is you're going to do. Let me know what y'all going to do today, man. Let me know that in the comments. Mike Moore said all 12 of them Charger fans are wilding on Twitter. Yo, hell yeah. All 12 Charger fans and Kenny King going back and forth, bro. I swear. SVT in the building. Glad to see you pull up, man. Glad to see you pull up. Let me know if anybody I feel like last time I wanted to do a fan chat. You know, I put the link in the chat. Nobody pulled up. But in this one, I might, after maybe like 15, 20 minutes, man, I might put the link in the chat because I want to talk to some of y'all on the live. I want to see where Raider Nation's head is at right now, especially going into this week one matchup against the Chargers. Alex S. pulled up on us early. He said, what's up, Loco Raider Nation? You already know what it is, bro. Introvert in the building. What's good with you, bro? What's good with it? Glad you're able to make it. Digital Prez in the building. He says, what it do, Cousin Ray? Just ordered the new beige cap and a white pillage tee. Oh, yeah. You know what it is, brother. Yeah. We rocking it right here. We're rocking it right here, bro. You already know. First class. That's how we going to go. Gilbert, Mr. Batista himself. What's up with it, bro? Glad to see you up here this morning. Good morning from Fresno. Shout out to Fresno. You know what it is. What up, Ray? Amazing Blue. I hope Michigan comes in through for you this year. Deep cleaning my apartment today. Yeah, got to do what it do, man. Got to do what it do. I know college football started back up, so I know Amazing Blue is excited for that. And his Wolverines. Good morning, Mr. Delano, California in the house. Shout out Delano for being with us today. We got Fresno. We got Delano. Shout out and put down in the comments where you guys are tuning in from because we got people from all over, man. I know we got people from Germany. I know we got people from Australia. I know we got people from NY, Virginia. You know what I mean? Our guy Juan right here from Delano. So shout out to Cali. You know what it is. Morning Raid at work. Listen to the live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Make sure you grind, put that money in, get that money. Working on the holiday, got to make that. You got to make them extra funds. I hear you, man. But let me know what you guys think about this week one matchup against the Chargers because I really want to dive into this one. Because honestly, we still have some question marks. We still have some question marks. In my opinion, we still have some questions. Tuning in from Texas. What's good, Ray? Watching from Texas. Shout out to our guy, Josue. Tuning in from Texas. Shout out to the South, man, because I used to live in Texas myself. SATX to be exact. San Antonio. Shout out San Antonio. Showed a lot of love. We got another folk. We got some more folks out here in Salinas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stormtrooper pulling up on us. You already know what it is, man. Now, I want to hop straight into this because I want to ask you guys, are you guys still concerned with the right tackle position? Now, with the roster cuts happening and Alex Leatherwood obviously being waived, he ended up getting picked up on the waiver wire. Thankfully for us, he was picked up on the waiver wire. So then we don't have to deal with that contract. We don't have to deal with that dead cap when it comes to Alex Leatherwood, which is, look, clean slate, washed our hands clean. I was upset with the move. Many know I was upset with the move. But with the fact that we're able to get that cap picked up is solid. Now, what does it mean for the right tackle spot? And I know some people are talking about we need to bring in another offensive lineman. We have Jermaine Illuminor. He's solid. Third Munford has a lot of potential. But what about somebody that's going to come in and start right away, especially when you got to play players like Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on the same defensive line? And I see people in the chat right now already talk about it. The O-line has me worried, Gilbert says. Alex S. says, most def, we need help. Very concerned coming from James. But we get people like AP that's saying Illuminor will be straight. Big John says, I think Illuminor will hold it down. You know what I mean? So I definitely have some type of confidence in Jermaine Illuminor. I do have confidence in Jermaine Illuminor. I feel like when we watched him last year, his number wasn't called a lot, and that's a good sign. Coming from an offensive lineman, if you do not hear their number, that's a good sign. If you don't hear their name, that's a good sign. That means they're not getting beat, right? We would always hear Leatherwood's name. That's not a good sign. So should we bring in a right tackle or should we not? And I think the only one out there that people want to talk about is Daryl Williams. Daryl Williams, he played right guard and he played right tackle for the Buffalo Bills. And it wasn't anything really consistent, okay? I want to bring this up just to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about when it comes to Daryl Williams. And I'm actually surprised we didn't take a look at this dude and go grab him, because when you think about how Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler have been going about this offensive line, how they've been going about trying to build up a versatile players across this entire offensive line, you'd think they take a look at this dude in Daryl Williams. So it's to my surprise that they haven't. Oh, I guess I got to sign in then. Well, I got to sign me out every time. So I'm going to bring this up for you guys real quick. And I want you guys to see that Daryl Williams is actually very, very versatile. And it's really, it is a surprise, because when you look at his numbers, right, this is just PFF, right? But what I really want you guys to look at is the snaps, is the snap count. Position, here we go. If you look at the right of the screen, can you guys see that? I hope you guys can see that on the right of the screen. Yeah, you can. Okay, perfect. But here you can see on the right of the screen, he played right tackle. The first game, week 1, he played 85 snaps at right tackle, 65, 71, and then he switches inside, okay? So this right here, he's versatile. 3 games going right tackle, 3 games going right guard, back to right tackle for 2 games, back to right guard, and it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when you look at the PFF grade adjacent to the snap count, say these first 3 games he was at right tackle, the PFF grade was pretty low. Not too terrible, but it was kind of low. Then he switches inside, and he averages about the same thing, okay? Switches back to the outside for these next 2, and you'll see his grade was solid throughout this whole entire tenure right here. See all that green? And he was switching back and forth from right guard to right tackle. So it's just really interesting that there hasn't been any news really about going to look at a guy like this that's been very versatile. So it's kind of interesting, you know. We must believe in Jermaine Illuminor. That's what it comes down to me. We must believe in Jermaine Illuminor and what we have in-house already. Or maybe we're trying to figure out how to finish the Daryl Williams contract and then go look at free agents. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Daryl Williams, why we haven't looked at him. And I'm going to hop into the comments. I want to see what you guys are thinking about this upcoming right tackle position. SVT said, I'm not concerned. Didn't Leatherwood go against Bosa when we got into the playoffs? We still won that game with less talent at wide receiver. SVT makes a very good point, and I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. That last year, when you think about the offensive line, it was a concern, but you're still able to be competent. You're still able to win games. And you think about how everybody used to say the Bengals had the worst offensive line, but they made it to the damn Super Bowl. They made it to the damn Super Bowl. So it is a cause for concern, but at the same time, you can still get an upgrade. I feel like it's going to be a close game by a score. That B-Tech super team has a lot of aggression to let off from what we did last year. Damn, that's a good point, Prez. That's a very good point. They're going to want to come back and get at us, but honestly, I feel like our team is different. We have a lot of new players on our team. We have a new coaching staff, and they're going to come out with a new energy. Now, the Chargers are going to come out with some revenge, like Digital Press said. So that's going to be something to look out for. They're going to probably have that little extra oomph. That one goon says, who will be exposed during week one, our O-line or Chargers DBs without J.C. Jackson? Now, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. I think our O-line would get exposed before their DBs. And the only reason I say that is because we've played them before without J.C. Jackson. We've seen what these DBs look like. And the Chargers defense is last year it wasn't that great. But it's interesting because they get a new coach. Who is the freaking defensive guy that came from L.A.? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the defensive guy that came from L.A. So it's like, why is their defense not doing so well? So that's pretty interesting. Mike Morris, my guy, he says, I feel better with a better right guard next to Illuminor. I think he's solid enough. Oh, so we have yet to see what Lesser Kind really brings. We've yet to see what Lester Cotton really brings. And this is a good point from Mike because I haven't even thought of this myself. The fact that we're almost giving Lester Cotton a free pass because of how well he's played in the preseason. But at the same time, it's like we haven't seen this guy play in the regular season. Like, how are we going to give Lester Cotton a pass? So I'm definitely interested to see how he performs going against the Chargers. Because that right side, now that you bring it up, Lester Cotton and Illuminor together, they may either be in very good cohesion playing together with some type of chemistry, or it's going to be a freaking disaster. So it's going to be a tough battle, but like everyone's saying, you got to trust the process, right? You got to trust the process. Justin Burke says the price tag for Williams and Sue has got to be coming down, by the way. Yeah, it's got to be. You know what I mean? The season's getting closer, but that's another thing. When the season gets closer, it's almost like a ticker tack thing because you figure the season's getting closer, and if someone gets injured, then that player could be like, no, I want so much money. They could just sit out. They could just sit out and say, no, this is how much I'm going to sign for. And when a team becomes needy enough, when a team gets desperate enough, they will pay that. They will pay that. So it almost goes back and forth. Right now, these guys will probably want to be signed as well, so they'll probably end up cutting a deal. So it goes kind of both ways. I understand what Justin Burke is saying, definitely. Good morning, Gene. Appreciate you pulling up to us, man. If y'all can, look, we're just about 10 minutes deep into this live, and we're just getting warmed up. But if y'all can, make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Let's see if we can get this thing up to 100 likes. I would appreciate y'all, man. Make a damn play. Y'all know what it is. Do your touchdown dance. Jay, what's good with it? He said, what do you think the game plan versus Chargers will be to test the run game or their pass game? 100% run game. I 100% think we're going to be balanced offense, but this is a very good question. I think it's going to be predominantly run because you think about how Josh McDaniels like the running back by committee, you like his scheme, and I think he wants to start with the run because especially when you have those pass rushers, you don't really want to come out trying to like throw the rock out all over the place when you have two great pass rushers. You would really want to attack them. Now, I don't really know how Josh McDaniels attacks the edge rushers. I don't know if he likes to run straight at them. I don't know if he likes to run in between the tackles. But it'll be interesting to see how he attacks these defensive ends because I honestly think he will try to punish them by running straight at them. Because you can imagine how it feels to be, let's say, Joey Bosa, and then every single time you got a fullback and a big old running back running downhill, smacking the shit out of you every single time. And then you go to try to get to a pass rusher, it's going to be that much harder. And I think this is just me kind of winging it. But I think that's how Josh McDaniels will want to go after it. I think he'll want to attack these edge rushers. He'll want to run the football, and he's going to slow down that pass rush. But one thing we've seen a lot in the preseason was a simple fact that we ran a lot of screen plays. We ran a lot of screen plays. Now, are we going to see that much in the regular season? I doubt it. I think it was just a thing to get down fundamentally with the offensive linemen to see how they get open in space, to see how they move, their agility. I think that's all it is when it came to the preseason, to see how well this offensive line could move in space and do all those things. But when it comes to the regular season, I don't think we'll see as many screens, but we will see some, again, to help slow down this pass rush. I don't think you can go out there against the Chargers and just start trying to sling it all over the place. I think that would be a little difficult. You have to have some little strategy there. James says he seemed very confident. Carr has to get that quick release that he used to have, 100%. He has to continue to move the ball, throw it very quickly. Chevy says, how many delayed games will be? How many times will we play the Chargers, Chev? How many times will we play the Chargers? Because they seem to want to try to delay the game. Eminem says, I'm not worried about JC anyways. He's not good against great route runners. That's interesting because I haven't watched enough of JC Jackson. I know a lot of people are hyped about him, but I don't know enough about him. I haven't broke down the film. I haven't watched his technique. But if he's not good against great route runners, then he would have a very difficult time guarding our team. Because you think about our wide receivers are actually known for good route running. Devontae Adams, probably the best in the league. Hunter Renfrow, one of the best in the league. And then you got a guy, Tyron Johnson. I think Tyron Johnson's route running is very underrated. Very underrated. He has some size. He has a little bit of size to him. And then not only that, he has a great speed. The only thing is he has to be consistent when it comes to Tyron Johnson. John Cena is in the building, but I do not see a profile picture. That's what's weird. You got to get a profile picture, man. You got to get a profile picture. I see words that says can't see me, but I don't see nothing. Ryan Rangel says, bring in Williams and Joseph. Okay. Vince says, Kyle got smoked against the Dolphins. I agree, bro. I agree. 100%, Vince. And this is where Mike Moore's commenting earlier made a lot of sense because you think about it, we're giving the guy a pass. We're giving Kyle Sr. a pass. And we've yet to see him in real action, like going up against Bosa and Linval Joseph, because I believe, don't the Chargers have Linval Joseph still? Correct me if I'm wrong, but do they or do they not? Maybe not. He's a free agent. Oh, he's a free agent. So Linval Joseph is a free agent. So that's who he must be wanting to bring in when he says bring in Williams and Joseph. Interesting. Lori in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Ryan Rangel says NFL Network. Okay. 2 tight ends and pounded. Gabe Asher. That's kind of how I'm seeing it, man. You got to go out there and you got to attack them in the run game. You really got to attack them in the run game. Will Dunn says not afraid of any secondary. There is no secondary that could cover Adams, Renfrow, and Waller. I mean, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit, man. I know what you're talking about, bro. Gene with the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel so much, as usual. He says, and screen passes, I think, to make the defense honest. And you know, I kind of touched on this just a little bit ago, but I think we'll definitely see screen passes to help slow down the pass rush. You have to do it. You have to do it. We've seen a lot of it in the preseason, and I think the reason for that, like I said, is because you want to see how the offensive line moves in open space. And we already know how Colt Miller gets down. He could move for a big man. He could really move. Z3 in the building. He says, damn, didn't know we were getting a holiday edition of Good Morning Nation. Yes, bro. That's the thing. I figured today would be probably a little slower because it is a holiday. Look, and all weekend, you know, not a lot was going on. We had that little week to where it was in between the week 1 and the last preseason game. So I kind of understand that this live would probably be a little bit slower, but shit, I said, man, I got to still pull up. I got to show that I'm consistent in this thing, even on Labor Day. So I had to do that. And another thing is I wanted to bring up my fantasy team for the content creators. We have a fantasy league for all the content creators. It's me, Samoan Raider, Graphic, Wasted, Raider Scout. I mean, the list goes on, man. Who else is in there? There's 12 of us, so there's a lot more that I'm probably forgetting. I shouldn't be forgetting. Raiders Radio, Raiders Fan Radio, Mikey Raider. So we got a bunch of us in that league, man, and I want to bring up my fantasy football team, players I drafted. I want you guys to let me know how well I did, okay? I want you guys to let me know how well I did, all right? Now, Don't clown me if you don't like it, because if you don't like it, you just got to tell me. Okay, but I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to show y'all this. I don't know if y'all tuned in to the live yesterday on Samoa's channel to see it, but I want y'all to let me know. Okay, shout out to Queen for pulling up. Good morning to you. And Mike Morris, appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all rate that like button. Y'all know what it is, but let's pull up this real quick. Let's pull up my fantasy team. And I know y'all going to be upset with me because the whole time I was doing the draft, I'm sitting there looking at it, right? Sitting there looking at it, and I noticed I'm drafting a lot of people across enemy lines in enemy territory, and the whole lot. Samoa went live, right? And these motherfuckers, y'all know I don't like to cut. These dudes gonna be clowning me, bro. They was clowning me because my first pick was Najee Harris. Which I thought was a solid pick, and I was picking. I think I picked 8th or 9th. I picked 9th. And I got Najee at pick 9. So I was like, yeah, I had to grab him, right? Then my very next pick, I had to go with Travis Kelce. I had to go with Kelce, man. Because one, Raiders fan radio was on there, and his first pick, I don't even remember. Oh, it was Devontae. No, it wasn't. I can't remember. Hunter Renfrow or something like that. But I knew I had to get a tight end. Because tight ends are slim pickings, bro. Tight ends are slim pickings, okay? And look, Travis Kelce, he may be a chief, but he's good, bro. He's good. There's no doubt about it. He's been the best tight end in the league for a long time. So I had to go get Najee and Travis Kelce right after. I see y'all clowning me in the chat. My guy says Chargers and Chiefs players. I swear. Now, hear me out. I couldn't even get any Raiders players because Raiders fan, he took them all, bro. Raiders fan took them all, okay? So I ended up getting Travis Kelce with that pick. And then on the very next pick, I said, I got to go get Pat Mahomes, bro. I had to get the connection. He said, damn, Ray, who you rooting for when we play the Chiefs and Chargers then? Look, bro, I ain't even going to lie. It's going to be a high-scoring game, baby. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Shit, we might play the Chiefs. It's going to be 36-28. Pat Mahomes is going to throw for 4 touchdowns, but we still going to win. You feel me? Daniel Kidd says, Sup, Ray, picked up a Pillar Series hat yesterday, looking to grab the green and white shirts. Appreciate it, dog. The green one, I know the green one sold out, man. Bear with me. Going to try to get those back in stock. Those were very limited. But appreciate you picking up the Pillar Series hats, man. If y'all don't know, I did drop the Pillar Series hats just yesterday. I got the black on black, and I got these beige ones. So shout out to Daniel Kim for picking one up. I be seeing you, brother, so I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the brand. You have no Raiders on your team. Now, this is the reason. I got to show you. I got an explanation, Ryan. Ryan Rangel, I have a freaking explanation. So for those who don't know, right, Raiders fan radio, this dude, man, he will take every Raiders football. He will take every Raiders player. He will. Now, I don't know if I could, what is this, settings? How do I look at other teams? League? Okay, here we go. So when I go to Raiders, this is why I have no freaking Raiders players. Whoops. This dude, he took all the Raiders players. He took Derek Carr. He took Josh Jacobs. He took Zamir White, Hunter Renfrow, Matt Collins. He took Daniel Carlson. Where is it? He took Abdullah, Foster Moreau, Daniel Carlson, the Raiders defense. So I couldn't get any Raiders players, y'all. I couldn't. There was no way I could get Raiders players. So I know people were like, damn, you didn't get any. Nah, I couldn't. So this is my team, though. Let me know what you guys think about my team, though. I think it's pretty lit. Pat Mahomes, Najee Harris, Cordell Patterson was a sneaky pickup because he plays running back, but he also catches out of the backfield. He's a hybrid guy. Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson, Travis Kelce, Chris Godwin, Justin Tucker. I got Baltimore's defense. And then here's my backups. A.J. Dillon, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Boyd, Rashad Bateman, and Albert O. I mean, I think I killed it, yo. That guy's got in all Raiders. That's what I'm saying. So it's not like I didn't want to get Raiders players because I did want to get Devontae Adams. He was picked 4th. Devontae Adams was gone, and I was picked 9. Devontae Adams was gone. He said A-Rob is a low-key steal. Bro, that was his sleeper pick I picked up. I said, bro, I got to grab him. I had to grab him. John Cena says that team is fire. Yeah, I think it's fire too, man. I think it's fire too. I didn't get any Raiders, but I think it's fire. He beat you to it. Yeah, man. I couldn't do it. Oh, shit. He said Raider fan radio screwed during the bye week. Hey, no, for real. He is. He is. Chris Gang in the building. What's happening, bro? Appreciate you pulling up on us, man. John Cena, Allen Robinson is a sleeper. He finally has a quarterback that can throw to him. Yeah, 100%, bro. And look, I had 2 friends over yesterday, and they're both Niner fans, all right? These dudes wanted to bet me $100. Look, am I blurred? It's probably because I'm just small just in the corner. But let me pull it back up. I'll take this off. But I had to show y'all my fantasy team on that one because, 1, I think I had a great team. 2, look, man, people was trying to clown me because I got Chargers and I got Chiefs and Broncos and I didn't get any Raiders. But y'all see why. He picked all the damn Raiders. So it's not like I could have done anything. Charm City in the building. What's good with you, man? What's good with you? Father and son football fun says can't play with their heart in fantasy. 100 exactly. And that's why it's like, that's okay. I'm not really tripping. That much. Can't believe I got McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Jacobs in my fantasy draft last night. How the hell you get it's CMC, Cook, and Barkley? That's wild. That's OP. That's a killer running back rotation. Ray, Mahomes third in division. Look, this is the thing though, bro. Mahomes might be third in division, but he's top 5 in the league. I mean, hear me out. Mahomes might be third in division, but he's top 5 in the league, bro. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, Graf snatched up Devontae Adams. He snatched up Devontae Adams. And then, but the thing is, look, y'all gotta hear me out. I get Derek Carr in my other fantasy leagues. I got Derek Carr. And I picked Derek Carr up in like the 6th, 7th round, bro, because people sleep on Carr. People are asleep on my guy. And it's like, how are you going to sleep on Derek Carr when he got Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Amir White, Austin Moreau, T. Billy. You know what I mean? He got some weapons everywhere. So Derek Carr is a great pickup. If you want a quarterback, he's a great sleeper quarterback. You have to look at the red zone TD from quarterbacks. Yeah. And that's another thing with Mahomes. Mahomes gonna miss Hill for sure, though. That's the thing, though. The thing is, I got the Mahomes and Kelsey connection. So that right there is going to be that double up. You feel me? Because I feel like Kelsey's got to eat more. Kelsey got to eat more. That Hill is gone, right? Kelsey got to eat more. But I think Mahomes is still going to be Mahomes. I'm picking 10 in a 12-man league. It's spooky tough. If I go running back, then my wide receivers are pretty weak. Yeah, and that's how it is, bro. And I'm not a big running back person. I don't like taking running backs early. I like to take them later. Excuse me. Yeah, I got Carr and Jay Allen in both of my leagues. Yeah, okay. Now, hold on. So you got Carr as a backup? Bro? Oh, no. Excuse me. You got the hiccups. Tyreek Hill going to be a beast in Miami? Shit, if Tua could throw the ball deep enough, he can't even get the ball to him. He runs too fast. What up, Rich? Glad you're able to pull up, bruh. That dude who picked only all Raiders, he don't care about winning. And that's the thing. See, look, y'all gonna try to get on me for not picking any Raiders, and then the dude that picked all the Raiders, y'all know he ain't gonna win. So it's like, I get it. Carr's my starter. He's my starter in my other league too. No cap. Carr's an Arsenal. He's a great pick. Yeah, especially because you can get him super late. I got Patty and Carr. Yeah, 100%, bro. That's the thing. You can't go wrong with any of the quarterbacks in the AFC West. Besides, personally, I wouldn't take Russell Wilson. I would take Justin Herbert, but I think Wasted got Justin Herbert. Wasted got Herbert, I believe. And it's funny because he was like, oh, I'll trade Herbert for whatever. So I was like, shit, I'll send you T-Law for Herbert. He was like, hell no. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Chill out, yo. I got Lamar and Andrews. Okay, that's a great duo. Quarterback and tight end connection, got to have that. Donald and the Rams defense. Okay, that's nice. The Rams defense is solid. Especially this year, man, because you got to think that NFC West, the Cardinals are missing Hobbs for 6 games. And then the Niners are dealing with the Jimmy G, Trey Lance thing. And speaking of the 49ers, right? So I have my two friends over here, and they're Niner fans, right? These dudes wanted to bet me on the Raiders game, $100 each. They wanted to bet $100 each that the Niners will beat the Raiders when they play this year. I said, you got your rabbit-ass mind. Y'all have your rabbit-ass mind, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. And then, check this out. This dude said that they are going to beat the Rams this year. Did y'all hear that? Do you guys think that the Niners are going to beat the Rams this year? I'm like, hell no. So he bet me $100. I'll bet $100 that the Rams will beat the Niners. And I said, look, bro, we got to do that. I got to take that one, bro. Yep, it's like it's one of the last weeks because it's New Year's Day. It's New Year's Day. It's January 1st. Yeah, he did get to a, or I mean not to a Herbert. I drafted Hill, hopefully turn the ball over. Can't get him the ball. Yeah, I don't know if he is, man. I don't know, bro. Niners own the Rams, though. That's the thing, man. This year's going to be different, dog. You think Trey Lance and them are going to go play the Rams to be able to beat them? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Niners beat the Rams 2 times last year with Jimmy G. You think they're going to go in with Lance? I don't know, man. I think it's going to be different this year. We'll see. Because that's what they were saying. They were like, oh, we beat them twice last year, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, that was last year, bro. Because you think about it like this, y'all. Think about it like this. How would you guys feel if the Chiefs came and they were like, oh, well, we beat y'all last year twice? Just like, shit, I would bet you that we beat you guys once this year. Because I would bet that the Raiders beat the Chiefs at least once this year. I would bet that. I would put 100 on that. But y'all let me know. Every league sleeping on every league, bro. I'm telling you, Thrash, every league. Who's going to black out SoFi? Yo, yeah, let brother know who's going to black out SoFi. I've been thinking, I really wanted to go, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that one. Rams are way better, but the Niners just know them too well, no matter how good the Rams are. Yeah, that's a good point, man. But I don't know if they take them down twice this year, man. I think this year's going to be different. They're dealing with Trey Lance, Jimmy G situation. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though, man. We'll see what happens. They're coming off that Super Bowl win. We'll see what happens. I was able to land Carl Waller, Devontae Adams, and side not Kyle Pitts, Mixon, Akers, and Hawkins for later in the season. Hold on. So you're telling me you got Waller and Kyle Pitts in the same draft? Oh, dang, bro. And decided not Kyle Pitts? Oh, okay. For later in the season? Hold on. I'm not sure. You got him on the side? We'll see what happens. Man. We'll see what happens. Okay. I see what you're saying. He says, yep, okay. That's a fire pickup. Damn, how you do that? I got Carr really late in one of mine. Yeah, you have to, bro. Tyreek Hill throwing a 50-yard bomber on the first play of last preseason game. That's only half a quarter. Chiefs are very beatable this year. Their roster isn't what it once was. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we should be able to get one up on the Chiefs. Is Aaron Donald suspended or anything for swinging those helmets? Nah, not from what I heard, bro. I haven't heard anything like that. Reezy Rock, what's good with you, man? He says bigger advantage. Khalil versus our right tackle or Adams versus second corner? I would say Khalil versus our right tackle, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Khalil versus our right tackle because that's like a one-on-one situation right there to where he'll just wreak havoc, bro. But with Devontae Adams, it's almost as if, they might just double coverage him with Devontae Adams, double coverage, throw a safety over top. You got the corner playing man on him. And then you put Derwin James on Waller. And that's where people, I think, underestimate the Chargers is the fact that they have Derwin James. And he matches up very well with Darren Waller. I mean, he matches up well with Waller. So that's tough. I think our advantage would be Hunter Renfrow against the Chargers. But, I mean, who knows, man? We'll see what happens. We have a lot of weapons, but I think Hunter Renfrow is the problem when it comes to when you talk about the Chargers trying to find out who's going to be a problem. It's going to be Hunter Renfrow. Because I feel like you want to double Devontae, and then you want to put Derwin James on Waller. And then what are you going to do about Hunter Renfrow when it comes to the Chargers? It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. Since he predicted Kyle Pitts to be the best tight end this season, I don't know. I could kind of see that. You know, you got Mariota in Atlanta trying to turn things up, so that could definitely happen. You know, I have this weird feeling that Darren Waller is going to take a step back, and probably not because of his skill set, but I just don't think Darren Waller is going to take off or like do as well as he's done in the previous years. So I think Darren Waller will probably be like a top 5 tight end this year, maybe number 5, but Kyle Pitts could be that top 3. I think Kyle Pitts will be a top 3. Those guys going to take turns on our right. Yeah, they're going to take turns, bro. They're going to be running. It's going to be scary. It's going to be a scary sight. We're going to see what happens. You haven't missed too much. Oh, hold on. Where that comes though? Really, Bo? What's good with it, man? He said, what I missed? Not too much. We're in here just chopping at the bit, man. We're just out here chilling. You know what I mean? You know, the drills of America pulled up on us while they're screaming out, gang, gang. I see you, folks. Hope Mariota does good in ATL. So do I, man. I think he's going out there and light it up. I think he'll do pretty good. You know what I mean? The Razor says Mariota loves his tight ends. Exactly. And, you know, I grabbed Cordell Patterson in my fantasy. So I hope him and Cordell could get some type of connection. You know what I mean? Because Cordell will come out of the backfield. He should be able to get a lot of check downs, some rushes, and then also line up in the slot. So I hope Cordell Patterson is one of those really good flex because I want to put him at the flex spot. They have Calhoun first, Renfro, Derwin on Waller, Asante Samuel on Waller doubles with Adderley. I think Asante Samuel on Adams doubles with Adderley. Yeah, I can see that. And that's what I think it's going to be, honestly. Yeah, but Bosa Matt going to own Carr most of the game. Oof. You think so, Schneider? You think so? That's brutal, brother. That's brutal. You think he's going to own? That's why I think we really need to get that run game going. Because if we get the run game going, get some screens in there, get some draw plays, you have to really make those edges work to where you could get a pass off, those deep passes. McDaniels utilizes tight ends very well and is a good play caller. I could see Waller giving a Pro Bowl caliber type season. Just my opinion, though. Now, I mean, he could still have a Pro Bowl season. I just don't think it'll be what we've seen in a couple of past years. Because the thing is, you can make the Pro Bowl, but you didn't do as good as the previous years. You're just one of the top guys. And if you're a top 5 tight end, you probably make the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is you got to think we have Renfro, Waller, and Adams. Plus, we like to run the football. Josh McDaniels likes to run the football with multiple running backs. So it's like, how many yards? How many? You know what I mean? There's only one ball, so it's just going to be difficult. It's just going to be interesting to see how it gets shared. You know what I mean? I think Renfro goes bonkers in the system. Yeah, Renfro, because you got to think that Patriot system loves that slot. Gonna get that Gronk roll. Okay. Bosa is going against Colton Miller, though. Bosa will go to both sides, but Bosa last year, you see him line up on the left a lot. Specifically, I remember Bosa lined up on the left a lot, for sure. You said y'all know Carr's going to get the ball out, right? Yeah, exactly. Carr quick with it. Carr super quick with it. But I want to go ahead and bring up this article real quick because I do want to ask you guys how you guys feel about this interior defensive line. The interior, not Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, Malcolm Koonce, and Cleveland Farrell, but the interior. We got Jonathan Hankins. We've yet to see Bilal Nicholas really in any action. And then we have the 2 rookies. Because I was looking at this article, and I'm going to bring it up real quick so we can check it out. And this was just dropped by Bleacher Report this morning, September 5th. It was just dropped this morning, September 5th, by Christopher Knox. And he says, free agent contracts Raiders must pursue after preseason. And the number 1 is the Dominican Sue. And I wonder, do you guys still think that we should still be bringing in a player like the Dominican Sue? Do you guys think it would be worth it? Or should we chill to see and roll out what we have in what these 2 rookies plus the 2 veterans that we already have? See what they have out there this first week or in this coming up. Because obviously this guy hasn't been signed yet. Share the link. Y'all trying to pull up? Let me see real quick. Pull up, man. We just chilling on this one. It's a holiday. It's a players' holiday, man. It's Labor Day. It's a players' holiday. We all should pull up, man. Johnny said, chill for a second. What am I doing? Am I moving too fast? What I do, man? What I do? I have a feeling we shut down your fantasy team all year. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I hope not. Because honestly, think about it. Like lately, in the recent years, it's been more of shootouts rather than like really low scoring games. Because think about like the Bills and the Chiefs game. Either one you would have picked, you would have blew it up. You know what I mean? You would have done great. So, well, that was the playoffs. It's a little different. But my point is that, you know what I mean? It's a lot more passing. There's a lot more scoring. So let's see if what happens. It might be a high scoring game when we play them boys. Let me see. Did I drop the chat? Did I drop the link? I dropped the link right here. So if anybody feels like pulling up, talking a little bit of something, go ahead and pull up, man. Let me see what you're talking about. Don't be up here wilding though in your pajamas, half naked with McDonald's Wi-Fi and looking like a Roblox character. You got to come up with some damn sense, all right? So let me know. Element Pro says, looking at our depth chart got me stressed, bro. So let's go ahead and take a look, man. Let's see if they updated this joint. Because I don't know if they updated it or not. But I would really like to see an updated version of the Raiders depth chart. Okay, so they haven't updated or have they? No, because Dylan Stoner is right here. Isaiah Zuber's there, and that ain't right. So they've yet to update the depth chart, unfortunately, because I feel like they should have by now. Actually, they did. Excuse me. Here we got it. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Shout out Element Pro. Let's go ahead and take a look at this depth chart real quick, man. See what we got in store, because my God said he is a little bit worried. And when we pull up this depth chart, our guy Kevin Larry says we got 6 defensive tackles. Let's go ahead and pull up. Well, shout out to my guy SVT pulling up on us, man. What's up with you, boy?
What's going on, Raid?
You know what it is, bro. Out here just chopping at the bit right here, trying to talk about this depth chart real quick.
Hey, is there an echo?
No, we good. You sound good. You look good. Sound good. Here we go, man. Let me know what you think about this depth chart, brother, because we are going to hop into a real quick. Because our man Element Pro said he's a little worried about it, and we're talking about the defensive tackle spot. So let's go ahead and scroll down real quick. We got it right here. Defensive tackle. We got Andrew Billings, Bilal Nichols, Kendall Vickers, Matthew Butler, Farrell Jr., and Jonathan Hankins. What are your initial thoughts on it, man, when it comes to this defensive tackle room? You think we got the depth, or you think we got to go pick up a guy like Ndamukong Suh?
Personally, I wouldn't pick up Ndamukong Suh. He's asking for too much money, and I don't see McDaniels too worried about our defensive tackle room. So I wouldn't worry about it, because they see a lot more than we do. And they're very secretive behind the scenes, how they have the media standing so far away from the players. So if I don't see them moving around too much and too worried about the line, I wouldn't worry about the line.
I definitely hear that, man. And I think that's kind of a reason why they wanted to go get 2 rookie D tackles, right? You get 2 rookie D tackles, and then you have 2 veterans right in front of them. So it's really, you get that mentoring at the same time. You get the longevity. And I know last year, this was something I was worried about, because you think about the draft last year, we didn't take any defensive tackles. We didn't take any. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what the hell? We didn't take any D tackles, but every D tackle we had was on a 1-year freaking contract. So, the last regime kind of made that mistake. Now, this regime probably realized that this team didn't have any D tackles on long-term contracts or have any type of longevity. So we go out and get 2 rookies, bring back Hankins, go bring in a guy like Bilal Nichols. So I think we do have some decent depth there at the defensive tackle spot. So I'm not too concerned with it. I would just like to see how Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler kind of square up when it comes time to actually play in the game. Now, Andrew Billings had a pretty good preseason. A lot of people talk about him. So I'm not too worried about the defensive tackle room. If you had to give a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, you can't use 7 for this defensive tackle room. What would you give it, man? Let me know in the chat. If you guys had to rank this defensive tackle room on a scale to 1 to 10, and you can't use 7. That's what makes it difficult. Go ahead and put it down in the chat right now. Rank this defensive tackle room. Let me know.
Another thing you got to think about is they're also cleaning up other players, and we're going into dead cap a lot. So I think that's the reason why we're not going aggressively to get up someone like Ndamukong Suh, because we're giving up players that we still owe money to. Like the Bears helped us out with Leatherwood, but we still have to pay him a little bit of money. And other players like Kenyon Drake, I think Kenyon Drake, we owe him for 2 or 3 more years.
I think it's 2 more years for $3 million, and then this year $3 million.
Yeah, see, guys like that. So I think that's what is holding us back from getting someone like Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Plus, we're trying to get the Darren Waller contract done.
Yeah.
Merchant in the building says, I screened Barmore in the first round. In hindsight, Barmore over Leatherwood would have been Sage. Bro, I'm telling you. And it was crazy is because me and CNG did the live special. I believe we were live for the draft. And he was like, look, I want Christian Barmore. He was saying he wanted Christian Barmore. I wanted Trayvon Mullen, and we take Alex Leatherwood. And it was like, to all our surprise, it was like, of course, we take a freaking bust. But at the same time, it's like, imagine if we really would have grabbed Christian Barmore and Trayvon Mullen. It would have blew the whole draft. We would have won the draft at that moment. But instead we get Alex Leatherwood and Trayvon Mullen. So yeah, in hindsight, it would have been Sage, definitely. But hopping into the comments, man, we're getting some 6. I see a lot of 6s in there. I see 1-8 from Gene. Gene, you must be feeling good, brother. You must be feeling gracious. Because I don't see an 8 there. I definitely don't see an 8. But Alex Marquez says, if Bilal Nichols plays like he did last year, I give the room an 8. And that's interesting because, like I said, we have yet to see Nichols really line up on his D-line and show what he has. But you can imagine Hankins and Nichols, if they do even decent, remotely decent, having Crosby and Chandler Jones next to him has to elevate their play as well, I feel like, right? So it's going to be interesting how this defensive line goes out there and proves either everybody wrong or everybody right. Well, it says we owe over $20 million on dead cap already. It is what it is. He said it is what it is. We already in debt. Yeah, I see, man. I see. He says mentors. You got to have the vet presence, bro. You got to have that veteran presence, most definitely. Most definitely. BB says we thin at linebacker, though. So with that being said, let's take a little quick sneak peek at the linebacker room, man. We have on the board right here. Let me know what you think, SVT, because Denzel Perriman, starting middle linebacker, we know that. Former coming off of a Pro Bowl season. Jayon Brown to his left, Devon Diablo to his right. Behind him is Darian Butler and Luke Masterson. How do you like that linebacker room so far?
Just because of the division we're in, I think Perriman is a liability in coverage. So I have some issues with it, but we're going to run with what we have, you know? And especially with him asking for more money, I don't know about giving him too much more money.
Mm-hmm. It does make sense. I definitely understand that. And I thought the same thing, man, because when you think about these depth guys we've got, right? In the Masterson and Butler, think about Devon Diablo, Jayon Brown. They all 4 of them pretty much have something in common, that they're more agile, that they could kind of play the pass a little bit better, I feel like, right? When you think about Perriman, you think of the opposite. He's like literally the opposite of every other linebacker we have. He's easily our best run defender linebacker. So when you think about that, that's kind of how I see it. Like, oh, we kind of want to keep him because he's our only one in that kind of realm. And then when you think about the rest of them, it's like Devon Diablo is nothing like Perriman. He's not stopping a run like Perriman. Neither is Jayon Brown, but those guys can drop. They can definitely play nickel. So when you talk about that new contract, it just depends how much it is because he's older. He has a history of having injuries. And then you don't really want to give him too much money, especially when we just got done talking about how the dead cap space. we have that dead cap space. We have to give Darren Waller his contract still. So I definitely see that. Definitely see that when it comes to that contract.
And who are we worried about most running the ball on us in our division? It's probably Eckler, the guy we're worried about most.
Yeah. True. And, I think Denver's going to want to run the ball a lot more. I think not a lot more, but I think they're going to be predominantly wanting to run the football rather than –
I'm honestly worried about their quarterback running the ball more than their running back.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Remember, Abram and Clee will play in certain linebacker roles, and they will, 100%. You think about Clee. The thing about Clee, that play. So that play when Luke Masterson gets the interception, right? I believe what they were running was, I can't remember the play exactly, but it was that a cover two? Okay, so that was somewhat of a cover two because it was a 2-hour safety. The corners stayed in the flats, not hard flats, but they stayed in the flats. And if you watch that play, Cleveland Farrell is on the edge and he draws back into a zone. Cleveland Farrell draws back into a zone on that play. So he's definitely going to be playing in some linebacker roles. I wish I had that play specifically somewhere so I could pull it up because it's interesting that I seen him drop back into coverage and I was like, oh, okay. And there was another play I was watching. Vickers dropped back in coverage from the D tackle spot. So the way Patrick Graham runs his defense, he likes to run zones, a lot of zones, but it'll be a lot of mixture, right? There'll be some things mixed up. It'll be a cover three, but then all of a sudden you get the weak side linebacker blitzing, and then you get one of these D ends or outside linebackers dropping back, right? Like a Cleveland Farrell, like we just talked about. So it'll be interesting to see how Patrick Graham really schemes up this defense when the regular season comes, because we're going to see a lot of different stuff that we've never seen from Gus Bradley,
I like that a lot from Patrick Graham because it keeps you guessing on offense. You don't know if someone's going to drop back in coverage or come through with a blitz, and you on any play you could get to the quarterback, and that's good for us.
100%, man, 100%. Like I says, Russ is at his best when he has a running. Russ is at his best when he has a good defense, and the reason I say that is because when you look at when the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, right? Back-to-back years, they had the number one defense. And when you go look at Russell Wilson's stats, it's like, Like, honestly, you look at his stats when he played in the Super Bowl, and it's literally like, It's not like it wasn't anything that special. So that's what's funny when people bring up Russell Wilson. And I want to bring it up, actually, because when you look at that,
Russell Wilson's going to be running for his life.
Yeah, most likely. I want to bring this up real quick. Add to stream. Okay, here we are. So look at Russell Wilson's numbers real quick. When they won the Super Bowl. Oh, what happened? When they won the Super Bowl, he started all 16 games. Can you see that? They went 11-5. He threw for 3,100 yards and 26 touchdowns, y'all. 3,100 yards and 26 touchdowns when they won the Super Bowl. And it's like, and for me, it's almost like, okay, I mean, that's not really that great of a season for a quarterback. But then when you look at the defense, that's when it was the Legion of Boom. You know what I mean? The number one defense. So Russell Wilson, I don't really know if he's going to be like that. I don't know if he's going to be like that elite when we face him on the Broncos. But it's like, I don't know, man. He was really riding the coattail of that defense. That's all it was, in my opinion.
I agree with you, too. I believe Russell Wilson has the same effect that the 49ers give Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy Garoppolo throws interceptions, but his defense bails him out.
Yeah, exactly. And just to bring it up, what was that, 2012 and 2013? 2012 and 2013, okay? 2012 and 2013. And if you look at the Seahawks defense in 2012, you'll see, bro, that was a different damn team. Like, let me see, Seahawks stats. And this is where I try to compare quarterbacks, because people will say, oh, he didn't do that good. Like, for instance, Derek Carr last year, whatever. But our defense like wouldn't close games damn near, right? And it's been like that his whole career. So I always like to bring the defense up to talk about the defense. Now that 2012 season, go ahead and look at this, man. Number 1 defense in the league. Number 1 defense in the league for the Seahawks in 2012 when Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. Number 1. 4th in yards, 5th in turnovers. Like, bro, 8th in first downs. There were 2nd in passing touchdowns. Like, it was an elite defense. And they were the very next year. When you look at it the very next year, I believe they were number 1 or number 2. They were number 1 again. Number 1 in turnovers, number 1 in yards. They were top 3. They were number 1 in all 3 of those categories. Oh, damn, y'all can't see it because we are here. Let me pull it up a little bit higher. Yeah, you can see league ranked defense. Number one in points for, yards, and turnovers. So Russell Wilson has to have an elite defense just to do anything, in my opinion. And that goes for most quarterbacks, though. So really, when it comes to our team, I think that reflects a lot because we've yet to have a defense that looked anything like that. You know, since I've been alive, I've probably seen maybe our Raiders defense be like crazy good maybe once. I'll be honest. Maybe once or twice since I've been alive. So it'll be interesting. Now I'm gonna ask you, SVT, do you think Patrick Graham is going to be able to elevate this defense to it's tough, man, to a top half of the league defense? Top half. That is a top 16 defense. Do you think Patrick Graham can do that?
I believe so, just because he's putting his players in the best position to win. So he's going to take everyone's strengths, and I wouldn't understand why you would try to make like Perryman a coverage guy. Like Patrick Graham for sure knows that Perryman can't cover, so he's probably going to put him in the best position. And I believe that the scheme itself is going to change a lot of our players, how they look this year. So I think, he could put us in a top 16 defense. And I think that's what it's going to take to win our division too.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the thing is, though, is going to be how well we pick up the assignments because of how he runs the defense. Because the comparison, and I know people don't like this when I said it last time, is that what it reminds me of how Patrick Graham runs defense, kind of how he runs defense, is Paul Gunther. I know people don't like to hear that because Paul Gunther sucked. But from a schematic perspective, Paul Gunther ran exotic like coverages and plays and weird stuff that she was like, what the hell's going on? Patrick Graham has a little bit of that. He has a little bit of that. But I think maybe just because of who the coach is and how he's able to teach it, that they're actually able to grasp it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some maybe just a little bit of hiccups here and there to where we're like, what the heck was that? How do you completely blow that coverage? And it's because we run such random coverages. But, you know, I'll digress. Because last year when we had Gus Bradley, I expected us to at least have a top 20 defense. I'll be honest, man. I was saying, I think we'll have like the 19th or 18th best defense. Next thing you know, we're bottom 5 in defense. So it's hard to really gauge how well we'll do. But when you think about Patrick Graham, right, that first year he went to the Giants, they had a top 10 defense, I believe. They had a top 10 defense, and their team sucked, bro. I'm telling you, their team sucked.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me see. Let's see what Patrick Graham was doing for this New York Giants team in 2020. Yeah, so they did have a top 10 defense. It was 10th.
How long was he with the Giants for?
2 years, 2020 and 2021. So this is Patrick Graham's defense with the Giants. And look, the Giants went 6-10, guys. 6-10. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me know if you can see that, SVT. But the Giants were 6-10 with Joe Judge as their damn offensive coordinator or their head coach. 31st offense in the league with a top 10 defense. Imagine if we would have had a top 10 defense last year. It would have been crazy. Now you go over, they were 12th in yards, 10th in turnovers. I think this is where it's crucial. This 10 right here in turnovers, that's crucial, man, because I don't know the last time the Raiders were top 10. Or actually, the last time the Raiders were top 10 in defense was in 2016. That was the last time we were top 10 in defense, I believe. And I think we were 10th. I think we were just barely 10th. So Patrick Graham was able to come in his first year with the Giants, make a top 10 defense, top 10 in turnovers. So we'll see what happens. He was 5th in touchdowns when it came to passing and 10th in touchdowns when it came to rushing. So it's a very good defense, if you ask me. Now, the very next year with the Giants, in 2021, it got worse. You can see that he ranked 23rd, his defense, this instance. But I think that just comes with having a terrible team, honestly, man. Like, your defense, once again, 2 years in a row is ranked 31st. That's terrible.
But the flashes that we've seen already in preseason, we only allowed 4 touchdowns on us in 4 games. And we had a couple interceptions, and we usually don't ever see too many interceptions from our defense. So the little bits and pieces that I've seen so far, we're looking pretty solid, and we didn't even have our starters out there.
And I agree, because you got to think they had their starters, right?
Yeah.
The Patriots, the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they didn't have Hill and Waddle, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They still had 2 out there.
It was still 2 out there.
They still have their starting O-line for the most part out there, from what I understand. So from that perspective, like you said, it's looking good. It's looking really good. And if these guys, the backups, the rookies, you know what I mean, the young guys, undrafted free agents are able to pick up the scheme, then why couldn't the starters? Why couldn't Trayvon Mullen? You see what I'm saying? So Rocky and Anthony Avery. And
that tells me that the depth is pretty solid too. So that our backups are making plays like that.
Exactly. Guaranteed. But I want to ask you, man, how do you feel about, because I had my little say, a little rant, you know. How do you feel about the Trayvon Mullen trade? What did you think about it when you first heard about it? Going to the Cardinals.
Bro, you scared the hell out of me. You said Trayvon Mullen.
Trayvon Mullen. Sorry, Trayvon Mullen.
I was like, no, not Merrick.
Ain't no damn way. I'd leave.
Like everybody else, I panicked when I first heard it. But if we pay attention to what we've been hearing in camp, that just makes me think that Nate Hobbs has really shown out in practice. So I'm thinking that he's taking that next step where he could be if not a cornerback 1, then a cornerback 2. But he must have shown them something good where they felt comfortable giving up Mullen. So I'm not too worried about it.
I definitely understand that perspective, but this is the one reason I disagree with everything when it comes to Mullen. He's on his last year of his contract. So that there for me, it's like he's on a rookie contract. He was a 2nd-round pick, and he's on his last year. I want to keep this guy for depth. Even if I don't start him, we're paying him so little that it's like I got to keep this guy for depth. Because if Anthony Avery or Rocky Sin gets hurt, imagine Trayvon Mullen being your backup. You're like, oh, snap. We got another starter. Go ahead. Come in. You know what I mean? Now when you think about it, but I understand what you're saying, because taking what you said in consideration, that is proving what these guys are doing in camp, showing things. Let's say I keep saying DeMarcus Webb for some reason, but Sam Webb. Say a guy like Sam Webb, they believe in him. Why can't he come in and act into play? So I see what you're saying, definitely, and that's probably what they see in camp, right? That's probably what they see in camp. So yeah, it's just interesting because I liked Mullen. I was a fan of Mullen. I feel like he was one of our best corners since we drafted him. He was our best corner. Let's be honest, like. Outside of Casey Hayward, he's been our best corner since he came. With exception of last year, he was hurt. Hobbs came, Casey Hayward came, so they kind of built up their rapport on this team. But yeah, I kind of was upset about the Mullen trade. I was like, that's a great depth piece that we could have kept for pennies on the dollar, bro. Like, that's just
I thought he would have been our CB1, to be honest. So I was confused too, but. The one thing I notice about these guys is they don't really care about your name or what you've done in the past. Is what you're doing for us now. And I think what hurt Mullen was that surgery. He wasn't out there on the field showing them what he can do.
Yep, 100% agree with that. And I also think it has to do with the timing of the surgery. The fact that he got it like right after the draft. Because I think there was something weird to where he was basically trying to – I'm not saying this is true, but he was acting like he was healthy, right? Like he didn't need any surgery or anything. So then when they went to the draft, they weren't really too worried about their corners. And then after the draft, he gets the surgery. And then that's when they're like, oh, well, what the heck? You got surgery. You're not going to be here for camp. You know what I mean? You're going to be recovering going into the – so I think that has something to do with it, the way he did the surgery thing, because I don't think that was really apparent or at least like put out there and the regime was aware of it. But who really knows the truth behind that?
Also, another thing is kind of like how they chose Matt Collins over Robinson or Cole. I think it's more about fit. Like I think the nation worries too much about Matt Collins as a receiver. I don't think he's necessarily there to catch the ball. I think he's more of a blocker for screen passes. And since we're going to be doing a lot of screen passes, he's just a bigger guy that he could get some decent blocks.
I definitely agree with that, because what happens is you put a tight end out there and then the people on the other team were like, oh, there's a tight end. You know what I mean? That's a different personnel. You know what I mean? You could be either 22, you could have your 12. But when you talk about Matt Collins, it's like that's a receiver, right? You wouldn't be, you'd be, you know what I mean? You'd be an 11 or something like that, because you have an extra receiver. So the other side of the football, they're not going to be like, oh, there's another tight end. He's going to be a blocker. So I definitely see what you're saying in that perspective. Personally, I just seen it how you said it, basically, as a Raiders fan, of these guys are better receivers, you know what I mean, whatever, but not really looking at it from the perspective of this guy could block. He could be a better special teams player, and we already have a very good core of wide receivers in Devontae Adams, Renfro, and then have like a guy in Tyrone Johnson that could really take the top off and it could be kind of an X factor. So why not take that chance with Hollins and have him be a conservative piece that could come in and do those other little tangibles that Robinson and Cole couldn't do. So I definitely agree with that. That's a good perspective right there. Glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because when you have Adams and Renfro on the field, are you really going to be paying attention to Hollins? If it was one-on-one, I would rather go to Adams. Like he said in his podcast, he's if they're gonna one-on-one me, I better get that ball.
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to Halo Raider in the building, man. Good morning to you folks. Glad you're able to pull up. Hollins, William Murch says Hollins is a locker room presence. We need 2 or 3 of those. And I agree that as well. And that's why I ultimately thought he was going to make the team, Hollins, because he seemed like a locker room guy. He seemed like an intelligent person. And the moment I seen that he was with those, that he's like on their Instagram with Derek Carr, Devontae Adams and all that, I'm like, yeah, he's staying. That's how I knew he was staying, because you can't be part of the nucleus and then get cut, right? When you're hanging with Adams, Renfro, and Carr as one of the receivers, that kind of like, that's a telltale sign, I feel like, you know? So he kind of had his spot written in stone already. The Demarcus Robinson thing, though, kind of surprised me, because I feel like I just feel like he has that experience. Like, he's gone to a Super Bowl. He's played with good quarterbacks, and he's savvy. He knows how to go up against offenses. Now, what happens when we don't have a receiver that can really figure that out, because they're trying to lock up, say, Renfro and Devontae Adams, and I guess you go to Waller. Shit, we got too many weapons, man.
But remember last year when we let go of Brown and Snead, they were pretty decent receivers for our roster last year, but they kind of didn't want to play that role of someone else is going to get the targets first. They wanted to be starters. So when you have people like Cole and Robinson, and they're not really going to get the ball because you have Adams, Waller, and Renfro, it's kind of like, do you really need their abilities, or do you need a blocker, a special teams guy? So,
yeah, that definitely makes sense. Kind of like what Watts Raider says here. He says, you know, you got Turner, Johnson, Adams, and Renfro and Waller is what you need. You already have plenty of weapons. Hollins is that extra piece that could do a lot of things that they can't do, right? So I definitely agree with both of you guys there in that aspect. There was something I wanted to touch on that I just completely forgot that I wanted to bring up again, but if I remember, I'll bring it back up, man. Jeff Garrison, what's good, man? Appreciate you being here. He says, Hollins is a possession receiver and a red zone threat that plays phenomenal special teams. You know, that's what I've been hearing, basically why we kept him. And No, it's right. I agree with all of that. Definitely. Why says Horsted is our key piece to run 3 tight end set to run that 13 or 23. Jay said Snead sucks. Yeah, man. Okay, that's what it was. Jay just reminded me. So kind of like not in my defense, but last year when we did have Brown and Snead, I was worried about our wide receiver room. And that was my main concern, was our wide receiver room. And a lot of people were on me about it because they're like, oh, how could it be? We got Snead, we got Brown, we got Ruggs, we got Renfro, I didn't trust them, bro. I didn't trust Brown and Snead. And the fact that we had still young wide receivers and those 2 veterans that weren't very good, I was worried about it. Next thing you know, those 2 guys were gone. Ruggs gets in a car accident, and it was like, shit, we had nothing, bro. We had Zay Jones. Oh, we had to bring in Deshaun Jackson. I had to remember who the hell we even brought in. Deshaun Jackson, and it was just like, it was a wreck. But this year is not even close, man. We have some solid receivers, man. So I could see why we let go Robinson and Cole and kept Hollins for sure. I could definitely see that. And I'm just glad that everything worked out in this sense when it came to the wide receiver. As so far it's worked out, let me knock on wood. Because we know we try to get AB and try to blow up this wide receiver room, and it was like, oh my goodness. So what do? We go draft Ruggs. And it was like, bro, what the heck keeps happening? So, Devontae Adams, I just hope Devontae Adams keeps his ish together and everything is straight because their wide receiver room just seems to have some type of bad luck. What team did Demarcus Robinson land on was the Ravens. He went off. It was crazy because he signed to the Ravens and went off. So it was like, oh, what the heck? And Kenyon Drake went to the Ravens. Kenyon Drake and Robinson both went to the Ravens.
They're gonna have a pretty solid team this year.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be good out there. They're gonna be solid. D-Jack sold against the Chiefs. I don't know what he was doing, bro. I don't know what he was doing. I feel like they should have asked him. Like nobody ever asked him why. Nobody ever asked him why he caught the football and then ran in a circle and fumbled it. Nobody ever asked him. Did we ever get an explanation for that? I don't think we did.
The only explanation he gave, being so rusty, he had a bunch of drops. I think it was on the Pivot or I Am Athlete, one of those things. He said that they would bring him off the bench and he would have to. He's not used to warming up or whatever. Coming off the bench, he needs passes to warm up. And he was asked to do big plays just coming off the bench. So that was his excuse, is he didn't get that warm-up period where he'd get the ball in the beginning of the game. He'd get it in clutch moments.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you freaking running a circle and fumble it. You feel me? Like, what the hell was that? You might be rusty, but you ain't retarded. But, I mean, the hell are you doing out there, man? Yeah. JK says, not sure what I missed, but I hope the Raiders go after a right tackle and another DB. Another DB? I don't know about DB. We haven't touched on the DB room too, or actually we did. We talked about the corners, Trayvon Mullen and stuff, but the defensive backs, I don't know if we really need another DB. I don't know about that. I feel like our safeties are pretty cool. I feel like our corners are cool. Right tackle, we touched on that. We definitely did. Definitely did. Eric Dell says, no excuses. Don't fumble the damn ball. Exactly, bro. And this is, how do you think DC is going to do this year fumbling the football? Is he gonna finally, grow some phalanges and hold on to the football? I
don't know. After you saw Stidham making a few run plays, I hope DC doesn't get that cape on and think he's Cam Newton or something.
No, I don't think so, man. Because especially since we had Mariota, I already feel like Carr already knows in his head I can't do nothing crazy like that because we already had Mariota. You feel me?
Yeah.
Doing circles toward. That's probably what it was, bro. He's probably I don't know, bro. I don't know what he was doing. BB says Hobbs moving to the outside, or maybe he starts following number one wide receivers around the field. What do you think, Ray? Ooh, that's a good question, man. That's a very good question. And I'm kind of upset you asked me this, and I'm trying to stay away from this topic. But I don't believe in Hobbs as much as everybody else. I don't, man. Hey, I'm not saying he's bad. I know the first thing everybody's going to think is, oh, my God, Ray's a freaking fool. He thinks Hobbs is not good. No, it's not what I'm saying. So what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I feel like I haven't seen him play outside corner against number ones. I've never seen it. I've seen him in the slot play, and he did great last year in the Gus Bradley system. He did great, but we've yet to see him line up against number ones and just in regular games. And that's where I want to see. I haven't been proven that. And I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad at all. I just want to see that. And I want to see that proven that he can line up outside, go up against the number one every single down and do it. And that's all it is. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Look, Raid hates Hobbs. What the hell? I done did 2 film studies on Hobbs, telling how great he was, how well he plays. And the first thing I say is, look, I want to see Hobbs go play outside corner against the number one and see how well he does. That's all I want to see. And that's my evidence. That would be my evidence to say that he can play outside well. Outside of that, I've only seen him play outside in the preseason.
The thing about Hobbs is that he's an elite slot corner. So why would you take a elite player at his position and then switch his position? That's what we say about Hobbs. We're not saying he's a bad cornerback, but we just haven't seen enough.
No, it's definitely coverage on the outside. Farrell says coverage on the outside. Let's see. What do you say, Farrell? He said he ain't coverage on the outside. Oh, okay, he's not going to. I'm not sure. Farrell, you don't have to let me know, brother. Westside Sports says me too, Ray. Yeah. See, Ray hate Hobbs. No. Hobbs is a football player. I'm not scared.
How tall is Hobbs?
How tall?
Yeah, is he taller than Averett?
Yeah, he's taller than Averett.
I think maybe that's why. They probably don't want Averett on the outside, and Averett's probably going to play the slot.
6'1", 195. We're getting out of Hobbs right here. 6'1", 195. Averett is 5'11", 185. Probably a little bit above that, but Hobbs is 6'1", 195. Hobbs is the GOAT. Hobbs is good. He is. Hobbs is a dog. He's been doing that practice against the best wide receiver in the league. Okay. Hobbs needs to keep locking up Keenan Allen in the slot.
I don't know how I feel about Hobbs on Keenan Allen.
I think Hobbs plays outside in base and inside in nickel. He isn't going to leave the field. I could definitely see that, Gillen. That's kind of what I was thinking. If he did play outside, that's what I was thinking. But we'll see what happens. Hobbs is too handsy, and he wasn't good on the outside in college. Don't know why he would be in the NFL, and maybe he will be. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. He wasn't that good in college on the outside. I'll be honest. And that's the only.
But Mullen was a little handsy too, though.
He's played outside CB in college. He sucked in college, Watts. There's no way you're going to sit here and tell me that use him playing on the outside in college for Illinois trying to say that will justify him being good in the league. There's no justification because the film on Hobbs playing college that I've watched, bro, there was no. Show me something. You'll have to watch. Go do a film study right now, Watts, on Hobbs playing outside in college, bro. I know damn right you ain't finna play with me with that. If Hobbs is too handsy, how many flags did he get? Yeah, y'all talking to each other in the chat about that. I don't know if Hobbs is really handsy like that. I would say Mullins was a lot more handsy. Hobbs. Sometimes he just will get out of. All right, I ain't even finna start. I ain't finna start because I ain't finna have this whole Raiders mob after me over Hobbs. Cunningham in the building though with the super. He says it baffles me that a 7th rounder rookie looks so much better than Leatherwood. Crazy but sad too. It is sad, bro, because I feel like Leatherwood went out super bad. Like that was a terrible way to go out for Leatherwood. Don't you like the way he went out was just. Your first round pick, everybody keeps saying you suck, and then you go out there and you suck. And then you'll get cut. So it's like, dang. But the fact that he got picked up, I think, kind of saves him. I think it gives him a little bit more confidence, kind of saves him. You know what I mean? He still makes a little good. He's still going to be making his money, so it's kind of like you ain't got too much to complain about, right? Let's get back to the Hobbs situation, though. Lurker, Hobbs is going to shine. He's going to shine, man. He's going to shine. I mean, he's going to shine. Hobbs, college to pro, he's totally a different player. Need to see how he does outside. That's what I'm saying, T. Baggins. That's what I think as well. if the coaches think he could play outside, they wouldn't have put him there in the preseason. I mean, I want to say that because he played outside last year he played outside in the preseason. Then he came in and played outside maybe like a couple times and predominantly played in the nickel, right? So I don't see like he can go out there this season. They want to see how he does on the outside. So we'll see what happens. Farrell, he says earlier I was just saying DC isn't running in this offense. Also, Hobbs doesn't give me number one corner vibes yet, but he's a playmaker, physical, and has that it factor. Yeah, I agree with that. And this just goes back to saying, like, where's the evidence to show that Hobbs can play the outside in the regular season down after down? That's it. I'm not saying he's a bad player. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, where's the evidence? I haven't seen it yet. So I'd like to see week one, if he goes out there at CB1 and plays great, then that's our evidence. Did Hobbs play? No, I don't think Hobbs played at all against the Patriots. From what I don't remember seeing him. JK says Hobbs should stay in the slot, plays hard, position well. That's a good point, JK, because who's going to replace him at the slot? And it's like you put all that effort and energy playing the outside number one corner, then all of a sudden it's like, go to the slot now. I feel like that makes it a little bit more difficult.
That's why I was kind of confused that they kept Amik Robinson on the roster.
Bro, that's when I was just like, that was a bad move. We kept Amik over Mullen.
And I would have chose Crosby over Amik as well.
Yeah, I would have picked Crosby too. Yeah. Bryce Cosby. Yeah.
Cosby.
That was the guy I liked. Like it's like late on the depth chart or whatever, trying to make the roster. I liked Cosby.
Yeah.
Bryce was solid. BB says y'all gonna be sorry when Hobbs starts shutting down players. I'm not gonna be sorry about a damn thing. I'm gonna be excited if he shut down players because I'm a Raiders fan. So
we're not saying that he's a bad corner. We're saying we haven't seen him on the outside enough to really give him a grade or anything like that.
Is it harder to find a slot or an outside corner?
Well, you got to think that the outside could do more damage to your team than the slots, because Hunter Renfrow is limited to the yards he could give you because he's surrounded by players by the time he catches the ball. If you get a solid outside corner that's just shutting down your one or two, then that could help your team out a lot more.
Mm-hmm. It really is just I think it just depends, you know what I mean? I don't know what's harder. I would say it's harder to find a slot, in my opinion, because when you're playing corner and you're on the outside, you have an extra defender called the out of bounds. You know what I mean? You got the line, you got the out of bounds. So you always have that leverage. When you're playing on the slot, it's like, bro, this dude could go left. You know what I mean? He can go left, right. He could go wherever. He could motion all the way across the field. So when you're in the slot, and you have to do run fits. When you're in the slot, you have to fill run gaps. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And this is where I got confused with Amik Robertson, because, like, I understand he could tackle or whatever he could do, but it's like, do you want Amik Robertson filling your run fits, filling your run gaps coming down? You know, I'd rather have Nate Hobbs doing that. You know, so it's just iffy. And when you play slot corner, you're a lot more prone to contact. So it's like if something ever happens to Nate Hobbs, we're dramatically down at that point, especially if you think he's going to be the CB1 and then he's going to be your slot corner and then you lose him. That's a huge, huge blow. So, look, we'll see what happens when it comes to the regular season. I don't know if he's going to start outside, though. I don't see him starting outside. I just don't. I don't know why the chat is so pressed on Hobbs playing outside. Straight up weirdo. I wouldn't say weirdo behavior. I think we're just excited to see this guy. I think we're just excited to see Hobbs go into that Nandi off some wall room. You know what I mean? Go into that next tier of being a great cornerback. That's all I think it is. We're excited, man. We're excited. Everybody's excited. I mean, this is week one of the season, bro. We're only 6 days away from the Chargers game, so people are excited. They want to see what happens. Averett has played slot corner. Oh, my gosh. I get it. I freaking get it. But, bro, Okay, think about it like this. SVT, I'm gonna ask you, bro, who's better at playing slot that you know of? Hobbs or Avery?
Hobbs wasn't Hobbs like top
Exactly.
what, like 3 or something
Exactly
like that
my
last year?
freaking point. And it's like, how many of us have really seen Avery play slot? Not many of us. You know what I mean? I've watched film on Avery play slot a couple times. He did it against us in week 1 when we played him. He did, you know what I mean? He was covering Hunter Renfro. So I know a lot of people will probably see that and say, oh, he can play slot, which he probably can. But you want him taking on those run fits? You want to take out Hobbs to put in Avery? You know, is that because you think Hobbs will play better at outside, so you'll put him out outside? Or do you think Hobbs is a better slot corner than Avery, and you would want him to play slot? That's what's confusing to me. It's like everybody was, Hobbs is great. He's the best corner we have, blah, blah, blah. Let's replace him with Avery. What the hell? You know? So, look, if somebody got an explanation, explain it to me. Let's say Hobbs got that hit stick. That's why you would want him to be in that slot, man. I want to see a Meek get a sack on Mahomes. I want to see a Meek play coverage, man. A Meek on special teams, maybe the coaches think he's more coachable. I think a Meek also is a very high character, great personality person as well. Because honestly, whenever I've watched probably 3 or 4 podcasts to where people actually bring up Amik Robertson all the time. Like Foster Moreau brought him up one time. Oh, Amik Robertson's one of the best locker room guys. He's one of the best friends to be around. He just brings up the whole energy. So maybe that's why. Maybe the coaches like him personally, and he is coachable. But I don't know what it is about Amik that's able to keep him around. I thought he was getting cut. I'm not even gonna lie.
And he probably has a high work rate because he doesn't have those physical attributes that make you a strong cornerback. He's not the tallest, he's not the strongest, but he probably just has a high motor. Yeah, kind of like Max Crosby. Max Crosby's on goal all the time.
All the time. And it's crazy because Max Crosby, bro, this dude played almost 1,000 snaps last year, I think. I think he played over 1,000 snaps.
Yep.
And when you look, this is why I'm kind of skeptical of the Chandler Jones signing. I like the signing, but I'm just a little skeptical. I'm like, we give him that much money. He's a little older. I don't know how much he really.
I feel you too. I honestly don't. I'm not even gonna say it. People are gonna.
Yeah, Be careful.
Yeah, the chat's ruthless.
Yeah, they're gonna get on you. They're gonna be like, Chandler Jones is the best thing since freaking color television. Let me see. Let's see if we can get these snaps. Because he played 926 snaps last year. Crosby played 926 snaps last year. Right here, 926. I want to go see what Chandler Jones played. Just real quickly. Just to give us those facts. 823. So he was pretty solid last year as far as the snap count. So he should be on the field a lot when we're talking about Chandler Jones. But besides that, he had 21 hurries and 11 sacks. He had 1 sack against Seattle, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's what bothers me right there. His sacks came at the beginning of the season, and then they kind of fell off.
Yeah. Damn, he went 5 games without a sack. That's tough. But, I mean.
And then Seattle's offensive line is sus, too. So
trash.
He should have got more on that game.
Yeah, maybe they started defending him more after his first 5-sack game. They were just like, yeah, let's just make sure we eliminate this dude.
Yeah, we got to shut that guy down.
I haven't, and this is the thing, I haven't watched the film on Chandler Jones to where I'd be able to say, yeah, I've watched every single snap of his, and I watched every single game, and they were doing this. So I'm not able to say that. You know what I mean? I don't know what the narrative it is.
Pull up Khalil Mack.
Oh, very good, very good. I don't know if Khalil Mack is going to have anything decent because wasn't he hurt most of this year last year?
I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, he only had 125 snaps or 350 snaps last year. So Khalil Mack wasn't really doing too much last year.
He was averaging about 1 sack a game.
Damn, he was 1, 2, 1, 1. Oh my goodness, he's still a menace though. Still a menace. So he got 10 sacks. So in 2020, he's good, bro. He had nearly 900 snaps. He only had 10 sacks, but he got 0. He had 5 hurries. 5 hurries. 3, 5. Holy shit. I mean, Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack. I don't know why people hate on him, maybe because he's on another team now, but Khalil Mack is still Khalil Mack. I'm sorry. Good point right here, though, man. Let me see. Where are we at? I seen something. Oh, he got COVID. Okay. I mean,
who did?
I think Chandler Jones.
So he's not playing or what?
Yeah. Chandler Jones. No, he got COVID last year, he was saying.
Oh.
Chandler also had no help on that Cardinals line since Watt went out. Okay, that makes sense. So that's the narrative. That's why I said I didn't know the narrative. That's what I was saying. Now I know what the narrative is that he didn't have any help. So it should be a force to be reckoned with. Got a fly rate, yard work to do to keep up with the wife, to keep the wife happy, LOL. Love your content as always. Be blessed. Shout out to GMN. Appreciate you, brother. Have a great day. Hope the weather's nice where you're at, because out here in Cali, bro, you might turn into burnt toast out here, bro. It's too hot. I seen somebody. Oh, that's what it was. That's the comment I wanted to see. Darius Phillips, the cornerback that got cut. I seen somebody ask about what did we not see in Darius Phillips to get Kevin Larker. What did the staff not like about Darius Phillips? This is what I feel like Darius Phillips could have definitely is better than Amik Robertson. Like, what is and Darius Phillips can go on to special teams and do very well. Plus, he was a returner. So that's where I was like, good question, Kevin Larker. Good question. That was an interesting move that we made on that one.
What cornerbacks did we keep in the practice squad?
He turned to bake the bacon. We brought back Bryce Cosby.
Oh, Bryce.
I know that for sure. That's the only corner I know of that we had brought back. That's the only one because I like him. Ray, it's going to be 114 degrees today in 9-1. What? Jack Kennedy, it's supposed to be 114 degrees in Sac today, bro. Hold on, let me check the weather.
He's right, bro. It's gonna be 112 around.
Dang, there is. Holy smokes! It does say that. It says excessive heat warning. It says 114 degrees. Oh, you can't even see, huh? Yeah. Dang, 114. It says it's supposed to be 112 tomorrow.
Yeah, y'all hydrate.
Dang. Oh, damn. All week it's supposed to be 110 plus. Damn. Look at them numbers. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. 114, 112. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Ruthless. 113, 114 in sack. Oh, my goodness.
It's about to be hot. Y'all need to get a redemption hat.
Oh, my goodness. Hammer in the house. What's good with it, buddy? Hammer house in the building. Y'all see the hammer. Cosby. I think Cosby was the only corner we brought back, maybe. Yep, hammer time. 112, yeah, bro. That's crazy. Look, this dude crazy. Drink beer, it's 98% water. That's funny as hell. I don't drink, though. For those that don't know, I don't drink. I had my boys over yesterday that were kicking it. They brought some Modelo's, whatever, but I don't drink. You know what I mean? They killed it. You know, I was doing my Dougie, though. Y'all know how I get down. But, man, it's been an hour and a half, bro. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm surprised this many people showed up, honestly. It's a holiday. It was kind of slower over the weekend, I feel like. I didn't post any videos. I did post a Luke Masterson film study on my other channel, though. But it was kind of slow going throughout the weekend, so I wasn't sure how popping this one would be. But a lot of people showed up. We had a lot of fun, man. My guy SVT pulled up. Look, I dropped a link in the chat, and I tell y'all, if y'all going to pull up, y'all got to have good sound. You got to have good quality video. And this SVT is putting on right now, showing you how to get the shit done, man, okay? Because he pulls up with the good quality. That's what you need if you want to pull up. Because I don't mind putting the chat, putting the link out there if you don't want to pull up and talk, because it's that much more better. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, SVT, for pulling up. Did
Thanks
very well.
Me.
I don't know how much experience you had. Did very well. So I appreciate you pulling up, keeping me some company and helping me out here.
Appreciate you having me.
Damian Bonds, great show. Thanks for the show, Raider baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that just reminded me, bro. Damian Bonds, I gotta share. Damian Bonds has a Raider anthem called Raider Baby. So make sure y'all go check that out. I'm supposed to share it, man. My fault, bro. I hate to tell people I've been busy. I hate that, bro. I do not like saying that. But it's almost like I've just been trying to shuffle a lot of things around. But anyways, it's 4:20 in Cali today, and that's where we're going to leave it, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man, to Rate the Tape. This is another Good Morning Nation with my guy SVT this time. Make sure to go follow him on Instagram. Go ahead and drop your Twitter, drop your Instagram. Let them know where to find you, brother, so they can follow you.
For sure.
I think aluminum. Okay, Watts. Be easy, Red. Good luck on fantasy, bro. Good luck. Oh, shit, bro. I'm gonna whip their ass in this fantasy, y'all, man. Make sure to hit that like before y'all head out. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this video. Make sure to hit that like, rate the like button, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Until next time, y'all ready to tape.